Hello and welcome to the Take Away with Tyra. Thank you for joining me today. Now, so that you don't miss out on any of my updates, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also like hearing from you, so go ahead and like and comment. My guests are always exciting and have great things to share with us. What I do on this show is I have one guest and I ask them one question. Then they get the floor for about 10, maybe 15 minutes. So here we go. Well, hello. Thank you for joining me today on The Takeaway. I'm so glad you could make it. So today I get to speak with Judy Millers. Judy, welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Tyra. I'm so glad to see you too.
So as you know, on this show, I have one guest and I ask them one question. And you know, the more I talk with ONPASSIVE founders, the more it's harder and harder to ask them one question. So I know you've been with ONPASSIVE for a little while now. I know you have a wonderful passion for this company. And my question is going to be a tough one because there are so many products coming out with ONPASSIVE, and sometimes it's very hard to pick which would be our favorite ones. But that's going to be my question to you today, Judy, is do you have a favorite ONPASSIVE product? So take it away, Judy. You have 10 to 15 minutes to tell us about it.
Okay, and I do, and there are so many. I was reading them off the other day, and there's just oodles of them, but I do have a favorite, and my favorite is Oh Bless. And one of the reasons is because I love to give, but my special reasons are Oh Bless, because I want to give to St. Jude's. And the reason is because I had a grandchild and his name was Brandon Kyle, and he passed away right after his 11th birthday. They put him in the hospital and they found out he had cancer. And he had just turned 11. And so I've always wanted, in my heart, I thought if I ever have extra funds, I want to give to St. Jude's. St. Jude's has been in my heart forever because as a child, I knew about Danny Thomas. I knew about St. Jude's. I knew of Marlo Thomas. We grew up with Make Room for Daddy. We knew about Danny Thomas. And so I knew about St. Jude's. And we all see the commercials on TV. So St. Jude's is one of my passions.
And St. Jude's is a hospital in the USA, correct?
Yes, and it's for
global. So just so people understand, right?
Right, and it's for children, and parents never get a bill ever. They never get a bill. They're just there for their children, and the doctors are there for the children's cancer patients. And so they rely on donation. So it's fabulous, and it is in the United States. But people do fly to St. Jude's from out of the country too. Children are flown from everywhere. They don't turn them down.
Right.
And then my other passion also is for Shriners hospitals, because they do children from everywhere with other handicaps like missing limbs or burns. They have a huge burn unit. So through Oh Bless, I want to give to the Shriners hospitals because they do a lot of children through Shriners.
Right.
And so I want to give back to what the Shriners did for my sister-in-law, another one of my passions.
Yeah.
And then I want to give. There's orphanages in the United States. There's orphanages all over the world, and they don't have what we have.
Yes.
They have very little.
Right.
They don't have food, they don't have water, they don't have clothes. But I want to give. I want to give. I want to be able to give them shoes. I want to be able to have them money for clothes and food and water and bedding and beds, you know, cots and everything. I want to be able to give. And I know that a lot of them are also in on passive, but I want to give. My heart's open and ready. It's ready.
That's so exciting. You know, what Judy is talking about here, if you go to onpassive.com, there you will see all the products, and you can even go to onpassive.com or onpassive.obless.com, and you can actually see the platform of Obless, and you know, you're going to be able to put campaigns in there. You can, as Judy's been talking, some of these well-known foundations or hospitals. There's just so much in there. So I would really encourage anyone, if you're interested, go over there and have a look, because it will really explain a lot of things. Don't you think that, Judy?
I think so. And I think that Ash Mufar will probably make sure that there are some added as people express their feelings. Like I would like, my husband was a Marine, 2 of my sons were in the Army. And I think I would like to give to Tunnel to Towers. They build homes for handicapped veterans that come back from Afghanistan and places, Iraq. And if that doesn't happen to be in Obless, I think possibly they'll add it to Obless when they find out that people would like to give.
Right.
So I think they'll add too.
Right. So a person could, you know, make mention of that. And also, as I looked at Obless website, you can also create campaigns. So if something comes up, you can actually create a campaign and crowdfund. So that's really interesting.
That's awesome. Yes. I don't know much about all the different things because I'm not very tech savvy. So I have to learn.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, that's the beauty that I've been finding with OnPassive is it's a company for people that aren't tech savvy. You don't have to be some techie or AI, whatever. You can just get in, and the whole thing is that they actually do the work for you. So you can just get in and enjoy and allow them to build stuff. And as Judy's saying here, she's going to be able to get involved with these kind of groups that just really matter to her heart. I love that. You know, just for a wrap up, Judy, did you want to just end with something else that you want to say before we say goodbye?
I do. I'm going to be able to get all of my husband and I, to get our bills paid. And that's something that sometimes you can't see the end of your bills. And we do see the end of our bills, and then we can help our children. And some of my children are founders. My husband's a founder. And then we're going to do some additions in our house and remodel. And we're going to give and give and give some more. And we're excited.
Wow.
We're really excited.
Wow. Judy, your heart is just coming right out on the screen. Like I can tell by just talking to you the kind of heart you have. And, you know, folks, this is the kind of people that we have in OnPassive, people with these kind of hearts that, you know, OnPassive is going to create bushels, if you will, of apples, so to speak. You know, so everyone's going to be able, as founding members, will be able to look after their bottom line. As Judy was mentioning, there's things that she would like to do, but then your bottom line is done. And now you're looking outward. And so this is going to be just an absolute wonderful venue to do things like what Judy is doing or talking about doing. So Judy, thank you very much for taking the time today to join me at the Takeaway. I so appreciate you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so grateful you asked me because I love ONPASSIVE and I'm so excited. And I can thank my sister, Pam Turner, because she's the one that said, you have to get in. And I thank her every day.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Have a super day. Bye for now, Judy.
Bye, sweetie. You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.